I wish I hear and eat candy. So, since I now see our first person hop on here, yes, we know we're live.
Yeah, I can't believe it.
Really? Anyways, yes, we know we're live. I have had people comment in the past and be like, "Does she know she's live?" Or whatever. Don't. It's because I'm sharing or trying to. I don't know. I'm sorry, Don.
Piece of shit. I'm watching another fucking zipper.
Sorry, guys. Just trying to share this real quick. I'm having a hard time. There we go.
Wow.
What'd you do? Y'all know? Hi, guys. Happy Valentine's Day. I'm eating candy. What you guys doing?
Oh, B's talking about that shit about the couch again, man. My son told me what that page was. Fuck that.
Sorry, guys. These candies, man, are the fucking fruit.
I'll be here. Are you putting this in that thing, man? We start getting a fucking bunch of people fucking talking about a couch. Then we just turn this shit down.
Your mama?
One time, I mean,
I remember that one time. I do remember. Sorry, guys. Sharing. I know I'm live. One more place. Oh my God. One more place. There we go. Sorry. Had a moment where I couldn't remember what I was doing. Got it.
Happy Valentine's Day.
Everybody, happy Valentine's Day. We love you. We love you. So, happy Valentine's Day from us to you. We fucking love you. Dog. Alright. So, hope everyone had a good day. I'm gonna sit here and eat candy the whole show, so sorry. But we're gonna talk about My Bloody Valentine, that 1981 version, not the 2009 version. We made a post and let you guys choose, and pretty much everybody, well, not pretty much everybody, it was pretty close for a while, but then 1981 won. So here we are. I don't know how many of you have seen it, but it's a pretty good movie. So if you haven't seen it, you should definitely consider seeing it. But yeah, let me check everybody's comments here and see who all's here. Okay, what's up, y'all? So, anyways, like I said, My Bloody Valentine. Sorry, y'all. Yeah, we might have fucked up. We ate an edible. I'm just gonna call it like it is. And smoked a really good blunt. That's the level we're at right now. Anyways, bear with us. It's probably not gonna be the.
I feel like I'm in court.
I'm in court.
We're two parents on CNN begging, please bring our kids back.
No. Any fucking way. Anyways, but nah. So I'm just trying to sit here and just like eat candy the whole show. Get them close. Close to it.
We kill our kids.
What the fuck is wrong with you, Pam?
You act like you ain't never lost one of your kids in Kmart. Little badasses climbing in the clothes.
This is gonna get cropped out when I put it on audio too.
Little badasses hiding in the clothes rack.
This dummy.
Knocking shit over.
I'm sorry, y'all.
Throwing shit out. Keep them kids. We didn't kill our kid.
No.
We're
I'm just
asking
gonna make you
the-
eat the green ones
We're
here
just asking the community.
because they're too tart for me. These are what I'm eating.
We're just asking the community.
Will you just stop while we're? He's dumb. Yeah.
You see our kid trying to get home. We miss him.
And see, he doesn't listen ever. Fucking ever. Anyways, this is what we're eating on, and I just can't stop, guys. They're the fucking truth. So if you're like looking for a dope ass candy, these are
Shit right
these are
here.
pretty dope. These are my favorite ones. The blue and the yellow ones are the best. So don't tell him I said that though, because I don't want him to eat them.
You keep giving me the green ones. They're so sour.
They're too tart for me.
So sour.
Oh, guys, sorry.
Like eating crab apples.
There's more. All right. Anyways, we're here. Here we are. Sorry. Had a moment.
From CNN.
I'm gonna collect. Why? Look, I still have this on. This is my life.
Sorry, I didn't tell you.
Oh, it's been a day.
I thought you were social distance.
Guys. Okay. All right. Here we are. So, hope y'all had a good day. I don't really know what to talk about. There's not really much to talk about. I mean, so we're just gonna talk about the movie.
Just talk about.
I guess here, let me pull this down a little bit. There we go. Maybe no. Yeah. I can just like kind of like fucking say a lean back. Lean back. Maybe comfy and shit. Nah. Okay. Here we are. We're gonna talk about this movie. So, because that's what you're here for. All right. So, anyways, like I said, there's really not much to talk about. Nothing's really changed. I don't have anything new going on. But I don't know where I'm at with my life.
I'm so sad.
I did my physical therapy. I had a physical therapy appointment.
She built this thing in our bedroom, man. It's got crystals and stuff on it. It's so dope.
That and my physical therapy.
So she's done.
It fucking it went well, and I am gonna see them 2 times a week, at least for a month. Well, at least for a couple months, for a few months. But, anyways, at least for a month working on. I'm not kicking you. I'm doing like this with my legs. Oh my god, too much. There's too much. But, anyways, physical therapy went.
Something blue. I'm sorry.
Physical therapy went well. Moving forward. I don't know what else to talk about. So cool. Nothing else is new. But talk about the movie. Ready? Because I'm ready to be. Yeah. All right. So we're gonna talk about the movie. Here we go. A little bit.
Sorry.
A little bit. Go ahead.
I don't feel bad. I want to do a really good job. I'm doing a different voice.
What voice?
Captain Jack Sparrow. All you gotta say is no.
No.
I won't be offended. A little offended.
No, the answer is no.
Okay.
I got it wasn't open.
We watched My Bloody Valentine last night in honor of today being Valentine's Day. So it was made in 1981, and it was a Canadian slasher film. You can hear it in their accents too. It's directed by George Mahalky and written by John Beard. It stars Paul Kelman, Lori Hire, and Neil Affleck. The plot tells about a group of young adults who decide to throw a Valentine's Day party, only to incur the vengeful wrath of an assailant in the mining gear who begins a killing spree. The movie was released in 81. It was approximately 93 minutes long. 2.3 million to make it. Made 5.7 million at the box office.
So at least it made double, I guess.
It's always going to make your money
You
back.
made your money back, right? Exactly.
Make your money back.
But
You
that's
put a fucking piece of horror history of fucking just shit movies, and which it's good ones like B shit movies, like you're like, oh man, that's shit.
honestly, I thought for like an 80s horror film that wasn't. I thought for an 80s horror film it was pretty good. So it was decent.
Canadians just ain't very scary to me.
Oh wow. Huh.
That's not racist.
I didn't say it was. What?
I'm just saying, I'm not really scared of Canadian people.
Oh my gosh. So yeah, not bad. Released a few days before Valentine's Day in 1981, like you said, about an hour and a half long. It doubled its money, and that's about it. It didn't really go far as box office at all. I think it's later. Like there was a remake in 2009, and I think that's probably where it gained most of its popularity from. And then once people found that movie was a remake, of course, that's when people really started getting into the original. Or of course when the horror genre, like when people really started getting into the horror genre and people wanted to see all the films. It didn't matter where they came from, So, anyways, I don't know. Yeah, that was how that went down. Like you said. So,
I don't even remember what I said.
That.
I don't know about the money.
Yeah.
There's okay. Not scary.
I mean, I feel like 1981. That was pretty scary.
I mean, but it's up there.
It was not bad.
It's up there with the classics like
at all.
Slumber Party Massacre, fucking shit. The Evil Dead. They're so fucking hokey that they're classic.
I thought it was pretty good. I liked it. So, anyways,
it was decent. It's just not very scary to me.
That was not a good comment.
Like it was a small fucking town. And to catch this guy, just fucking walk around like he doesn't. You don't have a car. Just fucking walk around like he doesn't.
He was so fast,
shotgun.
bro. Ridiculously fast.
Fucking me.
Anyways,
Faster than a shotgun.
Let's get there. Let's talk about that. So let's talk about the rundown real quick. Let's give you the rundown of the movie. My notes really suck. Okay, I'm not gonna lie, because at first I didn't know like any names or anything going into it. Like I did like zero research at all. So I didn't like get a plot or anything like with names or pay attention. Well, I don't even know if they were spoke, and I don't even know if they were. Anyways, I couldn't figure out names. So in the beginning of my notes, there's no names, and then throughout the movie, I start learning. Oh my god! I start learning who people are. I'm so sorry, guys. I start. No, you're not. I start learning the people's names throughout the movie, and then they incorporate into my notes. So in the beginning, there's not gonna be any names, just so you know. Yeah.
Oh, what's his name?
Exactly. Yeah. Exactly. What's his name? Turns into a Steven or a Brian.
So bad. It's like when you meet someone at the gathering, and like, "Hey man, what's up?" You're like, "Hey," and they're like, "Hey, you shape, man." And you're like, "You know me, man." I'm like, "Fuck, I done." So I'm just like, "Yeah, brother." That's why I probably where ICP come up with it. My Violent J says brother a lot.
Oh, brother. All right. So, anyways, yeah, the rundown. Let's talk about the movie. So the opening scene, the the mining scene.
You thought I downloaded porn.
With no. I know he didn't download porn. I just made the joke that it was like like
Is
that.
that typical
That's-
80s sex
yeah,
scene in
it
a
was
horror
like
movie? Fucking
yeah, in the very beginning, they're both dressed in the mining suit gear or whatnot, and they're in the mine, and obviously it ends up being a man and a woman, and the woman starts undressing, and then I guess it seems like they're gonna fuck, and then the dude ends up killing the chick.
they play with their titties first.
Did they even talk about that after that scene either? Was that even like mentioned? Like this chick gets killed in the scene? Like is that on the news or anything
Not
like that?
mentioning it.
Yeah, like
No, they just like played with their tits and probably ate her.
oh yeah, because that's a thing. But anyway, so yeah, there's this weird opening sex scene, which isn't even sex. It's like foreplay, but weird foreplay because there's like the masks
It'll leave you
and
like
shit.
about 3/4.
It's super weird.
Stab me like,
And then
yeah,
he kills her.
yeah.
And then it's not talked about at all from that point forward. But that's the opening scene.
Said by me.
It doesn't even say when that happens. I don't think. I don't think it gives a date for that or anything. Like, did that happen then that year, or
And what
did
was
that
the story of
happen?
them two meeting? Like he had a mask on. This chick
Maybe that was
just
the.
like, hey, baby, I'm a-
You know what? Maybe that was the first heart. Maybe it's the first heart. Maybe she was the first heart. I don't know how he got her down there. That's a little weird. Like, how did you, out of all the people in the suits, know that that was the chick? Unless you'd been like working there. I mean, I don't think there was
I want
any.
to go back to how these two met.
Okay, I'm going too deep with it, guys. I'm getting
He's
off
got a
subject.
mask on.
I'm sorry.
What do they
Yeah,
meet,
I'm
like
getting
at a
off subject.
mask
But anyways,
like
it was super
Slipknot
weird
concert?
opening scene. It was super fucking weird. We could have done without it.
Man at a Slipknot concert. He's like, hey, bang me in a dirty mine.
So
He's like, I'll go
anyways,
down there with you.
moving forward, it's February 12th, so it's 2 days before Valentine's Day. The I guess there's a group of guys, so we're basically focusing on the guys that work in the mines. There's a kid that I later find out is TJ.
You want to picture these people?
TJ.
Picture the fucking typical Van Halen fans from '84.
Yeah.
These fucking douchebags
Here,
look like.
but they don't listen to 80s
Camaro
music
driving.
in
No,
this
it's
movie
horrible.
either.
It's Canadian shit. It's like they're
Oh,
listening
yeah,
to
I didn't even
fucking
put that
Creed
into
Nickelback
consideration.
of the
There's
fucking
not
80s.
even. It was even
It
worse than that.
was,
Anyways,
I don't know.
doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. So, anyways, we're focused on this group of boys who works at this mine, the mines that all this takes place in. And TJ, one of the kids that works there, well, not kids. I say kids because I feel like we're older than everybody we know. Not really.
Those people
But-
are probably dead now.
Yeah, but anyways, they're actually of age to like go to bars and stuff because they're like going to bars. But still, that I'm yet older than those people.
Well, I think in
kids.
Canada you can go
So-
in bars like 18 because they're like, hey, what are they gonna fucking do?
Anyways, so the guys that work in the mine, so you see them all in the mine. They're working. That's you're setting the scene, I guess, or whatever for where they are at. And then it goes to a scene where the boys they end up at the dance, like this Valentine's Day dance hall, this like Union Hall place that they're having a Valentine's Day dance at. And it shows that it's being decorated for so on
Canadian
and so forth.
Footloose.
The sheriff in the town stops by and sees what's everything that's happened, like all the decorations and stuff like that. And then we go to the next scene where we're at like we're at this is sheriff's office, right? Or is it the mayor's office? Or the mayor? It's the mayor. The mayor is the one that ends up with the box of chocolates. Because he's heading out. The mayor is heading out, and he's saying goodbye. It said mayor, hey mayor, when he called him. That's why I wrote mayor in my notes. Okay, I don't. Yeah, oh, maybe.
Some Canadian Dukes and Hazzard bullshit.
Maybe
it's the mayor of a mining company.
Maybe.
The biggest.
Not real sure. It's not in my notes. I wrote mayor because the guy when the dude was walking away, the dude that got the very first box, the heart box, because there's this box that gets dropped off, and the gentleman that's saying goodbye to the man behind the desk is like, "Hey, mayor, hang on a second. This was dropped off for you," or whatever. However it was said, he called him mayor. So that's why I wrote mayor in the notes. But I don't know if it's the owner of the mine as well, or if it's I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong entirely. I don't fucking know.
No, because
Who's-
TJ was the son. and
TJ's
he
the
said
son,
My
yeah.
dad owns the mining company.
Well, I know that, yeah, his dad is, I think. Fuck, I don't know, man.
Kind of backwoods
There's-
bullshit is that where the fucking mayor owns the biggest fucking company in town that has all the financial fucking freedom of a company could have, fucking like fuck with your taxes and fucking
There was some weird shit going on.
garnish wages and shit. Your mayor's doing that.
All right.
Fuck that town.
So
Canadian bullshit.
he gets the box. Like I said, he's on the way out the door, and the guy's like, "Hey, this was dropped off for you. This was left for you." And it's a box that appears to be like a nice looking box of chocolates. So he feels flattered. He takes the box, goes into the truck, or gets in the truck to take off and leave, and goes to open the box in the, sitting in the passenger seat of this truck. We go to a scene where he's sitting passenger of the truck, and he's opening the box of chocolates to see what's inside, and he sees there's a card in there first, and all these cards, every single one of these boxes throughout the movie has a card that's kind of like cryptic. Like at least the first couple were like poems, like they were like Valentine's Day, weren't they? Like the first couple, and then the rest were like directed towards the cops that were looking for the cop that was looking for him. But anyways, we'll get to that. Sorry. So there's a card in there, and it has like this little poem rhyme thing in it, and then he opens past there's like the paper stuff that's on top of it, and he pulls the paper back, and it's actually a real human heart that's inside of the box, and there's blood all in the box and stuff like that. So anyways, I guess we go forward from there. The guy is like, no, it can't be. Like as he's sitting passenger in the seat, and he sees that, he's like, it can't be. And then we go to the scene where the kids are all kids, the guys, this group of people, young adults, they are at the bar. They're at the bar that they frequent. Like they're like playing the knife game. Everybody's got the knives, and like they're doing the finger thing where like you're like an idiot. No offense to if that's your thing or not. If it is, you're fucking nah, fam. Nah, you're crazy and shit. So you're just gonna sit here and eat a bunch of fucking candy on the show. I can't even eat because I gotta sit here and talk about all this dumbass shit, all these stupid notes. Sorry, there's a lot of notes, and my handwriting sucks so bad, y'all. It's my own handwriting, and it's so bad to read. Anyways, so so we're at the bar, like I said, with the group of people that we're following throughout this movie, young adults, and the knife game. So they're playing the knife game. There's this guy, the bartender. There's a bartender that works at the bar, and he's kind of like creepy. Like he's real ominous and creepy and shit. Real. I guess like he's kind of cryptic. Yeah, he's really weird. But we go into him telling the story of like because the kids are talking about how they're excited for the dance, and I'm sorry, is that an orange? Are there oranges or is that pink? I hope there wasn't oranges, and if there's oranges, I'll be so happy. I don't think there is. So, anyways, the kids are all talking about how excited they are for the dance, and he goes on to talk about how you shouldn't be excited for the dance, and here's why. So he tells the story of 5 men who were down in the mines working, and see, this is why I can't eat candy. So I'm like,
so good though.
It is so good. And I just want to sit here and eat candy live and make you guys watch me eat candy.
Like some people pay for that shit.
That's kind of weird. Well, I mean, no, it's not. To each his own. I don't care what you do, but I'm not gonna eat candy. I'm not gonna eat candy for no. I'm not gonna eat candy for you guys. Sorry. So anyways, guy tells a story of the 5 miners who were down in the mine. They were working, and their 2 supervisors who were down there. I guess so. There were 7 in total. And the 2 supervisors took off and didn't really pay attention or let them know they were leaving. I don't know, something. They just took off, and the 5 remaining people down there was some negligence, and the 5 remainders down there ended up getting caught in like this blowout, this like explosion blowout, and it trapped them all down there, buried them all alive. They were all alive, and they were all just trapped. So for like 6 weeks, they buried, they dug and dug and dug, and during the 6 week time, they, the other 5 on the other side of this wall were still alive, and the one that survived out of all of them, who ended up eating, like the people he was down there with and stuff like that. The one that survived, his name was, I learned it later on, Harry Warden. Harry Warden is our guy. No, because I can't. No, man, I can't. I want to eat the candy so bad. No, you eat it. I'll eat it all after the show. I can't eat it and tell the story at the same time. I know, I suck. Anyways, so Harry Warden is the one that's alive, and we find him, eating on an arm. So he's become a cannibal to survive. And he's pretty much lost his.
6 weeks straight now. I'm fucking alive.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah. So they finally get down there to him. They dig him out and they find him, like I said. So, anyways, once he was found, he was released to a psych ward. He had to go to a psych ward for about a year. They felt he was rehabilitated, so he was let out. When he was released, he went and found the 2 negligent, what are they called? Supervisors, sorry. Yeah, he went and found the 2 supervisors, killed both of them, and then said if they ever held a Valentine's Day party again, because this all happened like when they got buried down there. That happened the day of the town's Valentine's Day party. So when they got buried, no one knew because the negligent supervisors didn't say anything. They left and they all went. Yeah, they left early and went to the dance. Sorry, I didn't mention that. Went to the party. So that. Yeah, I'm so sorry. So that's why they were super negligent. But and so he spent the year in the psych ward, got released, found the 2 negligent supervisors, killed both of them, and said if they ever had another Valentine's Day party, that he would come back every year and kill each year that they had the party. So that's the story of Harry Warden. What do you guys think? Sorry, I'm gonna have you talk so I don't lose my space. Yeah, good talk. Sorry, yeah, that moment. So anyway, morgue. Sorry, my notes. I'm telling you, my notes are all fucking bad. I can't drink this. There's no way. Sorry, guys. I can't drink that. Might be. But that it's just too tired. Way too sour. All right. The morgue. And we go to the morgue or wherever it is. I'm assuming that's the morgue where they're at, where they talk about it being an actual human heart. And they're like trying to figure out if it's Harry Warden because they're thinking about to this previous situation with this guy who murdered a bunch of people, and I don't even really know the story about how Harry Warden. There was like a murder. There was a murder. He had killed prior to this. I don't know. See, now I'm lost. Anyways, they're reminiscing on this whole Harry Warden guy. Oh yeah, because he killed the 2 guys. So they're reminiscing back on those 2 murders. Sorry, guys. Woo, boy. I did it. I did it. Oh my God. Jeez, pump the brakes, kiddo. So that's your mom. human heart. And they're looking into whether or not Harry Warden is still incarcerated for the 2 murders that he committed when he was released from the psych ward. So since then, he's been incarcerated for the past 20 years since he committed those murders. So they're looking into seeing if he's the guy, if that's the guy, because they're reminiscent on those murders. That's where I was supposed to go with that. Sorry, like I said, my fucking notes are trash, guys, and like I'm slightly buttered right now. Fire gummies, fire. Okay, so Harry Warden. Harry Warden, if he's still, so they're looking into seeing if he's still locked up or whatever, but they won't have any information until the next morning, which is like, I feel like if I'm calling because I think I got something that's getting ready to pop off in my town, and I'm trying to find out if this guy's still incarcerated because he was 20 years ago for some crazy ass shit that also popped off in this town, and you just tell me I gotta wait until the morning for that information. That's a little fucked up, and it gets better. So, anyways. Fast forward to the lady in the so we go to the laundromat, and we see the old lady who's helping put on the show. The dance, why he's just gonna giggle at me the whole show, you guys.
I don't know if I was even giggling at you.
Oh my god, this is how my evening's gonna go. So anyways, the lady that's helping them set up the dance, like when we go to the scene where the kids are setting up the dance at that union hall and stuff, there's an older woman that's also there helping them set up she's the woman in charge of, and the kids are just the ones there doing what she says. So anyways, we go to the next scene where she's at the laundromat. I don't know if she if she's doing her laundry. I assume she's doing her laundry, but maybe she also runs the laundromat. I don't know. But she's there, and it's all nicely decorated for Valentine's Day. And she walks away for a moment and then comes back, and there's then we see whom we believe is Harry, and he sets a heart-shaped box down on the table, just like the one that the mayor but the mayor had received. So he sets the heart-shaped box down on the table and then goes off to the corner where she can't see him, but he can see her, get the heart-shaped box. So she comes back into the room and sees the box and is flattered by it. She thinks it's really pretty, because it is pretty. It's a really impressive box. But anyways, she finds it. She's kind of excited. She keeps asking if Jake is present. Like, I assume Jake is her husband or whatever. But sees it and is flattered by it. And it's like, oh, Jake, are you there? And then next thing you know, the lights are killed. And when the lights are killed, that's when she starts getting scared and she tries to take off. She finds him. He finds her. She tries, like I said, tries to take off, and he ends up grabbing hold of her and he kills her, right out the gate. So she's dead. She's your first person to die. My dog, sorry guys, I don't know if you heard that. So anyways, then we go to the next scene with the guys in the junkyard. Does anything? Hang on, no. My notes. I'm reading my notes. Does anything even happen in the? Yeah.
Cooking food on the car, man. That was them making the old TV dinners.
Yeah, on the engine block. So they're using the engine. Yeah, and they're in the junkyard using the engine block to cook. They're smoking pot and drinking and stuff like that. Oh yeah. So they're all hanging out, and next thing you know, you see a guy hand a bottle over to another guy, and they're they start talking about a girl named Sarah. Well, I guess TJ's been away, and TJ used to date Sarah, but now Sarah's moved on to a guy named Axel, which I didn't know these names until further into the movie. But at least they're not guy named. I'm doing better than I thought I was going to do. But yeah, so we went to Axel, and they're having a conversation about Sarah, playing who's dominant. Axel says, well, who she really wants to be with. So there's obviously going to be this I don't know, fight for this chick. But
80s movie.
Total 80 movies. Yeah, 80s movie.
It's like they're gonna have a ski off next.
Oh yeah, but first they start playing harmonicas together too. It's this really awkward. What what movie am I trying to think of? West Side Story vibe. Kind of, right?
Kind of gay.
Kind of. So anyways, they argue over the chick, like I said. But Axel tells TJ to stay away from her, blah, 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 blah. TJ claims Sarah wants to be with him, blah, blah, blah. All dumb, all dumb. Axel storms off. Um, Anyways, TJ reminisces with somebody else about the old times, and so yeah, it's just a little scene, where everybody's kind of hanging out, kicking it, whatever. Next day, we go into the next day, so it's now the 13th. So it's the day before. Um, we see that the officer, the sheriff, he's now having the conversation about Harry Warden and trying to find out where he is. So we find that there's no records of Harry Warden anywhere in the system. So basically, the lady's really rude about it on the phone too, but she's like, "There's three options: either he's released, he's transferred, or he's dead." Basically, is what she says. She tells him to take his pick. So she's pretty blunt and rude about it, but and that don't make no damn sense either. Like, I'm sorry, but this guy's in here for like murder. And how do you not know if he was released? How do you have zero record of where this guy is?
I ain't have computers.
You're right. Okay. It's still you're okay. Maybe. Yeah. So whatever. Um But the guy's like, it's got to be Harry. It's just got to be Harry. Maybe we should cancel the dance. So they consider cancel the dance, but they are still, according to this moment, still, they're still moving forward with the dance. They're still gonna have it. The is the girls, the couple of the girls, the main girls in the movie. I know one of them is Sarah and Patsy or Patty, Sarah and Patty. I think her name's Patty. It's either Patty or Patsy, but I want to say Patty, and then Sarah's the other girl. They're walking home. They're talking about shit about like what are they gonna wear to the dance, clothes, outfits, all that fun stuff. Typical girl shit. Sheriff, he stops by the laundromat to check in, and is looking for Mabel, who is the elderly woman who works, or yeah, no. So I guess she would be working if he knew to stop there to see her. So I guess maybe she runs the place. Who run it? Mabel run it.
It said her name on the sign.
Oh, so it was definitely her laundromat. Okay, cool. So Mabel from the laundromat, he goes to stop by and check in on her, and is looking for her, can't find her, and he's kind of like looking around, but he keeps smelling the smell, and like there's laundry still going. So like as you mentioned, it was like the 9,000 minute fucking.
I wonder how many quarters it took one to pump in that motherfucker to
keep that thing
like
just going. Yeah, because it'd been at least some time before she'd been killed. And before he finds her. But so he keeps smelling the smell, and like I said, the laundry's still going and stuff like that. He starts opening laundry doors and smelling laundry that kind of smells funny. And as he's pulling the laundry over to the table to take a look at it and examine it, the other laundry door, the dryer next to him to where he ends up, pops open, and her dead body that's been running in this hot dryer, which you would have heard it thunk. But anyways, it's a movie. But yeah, cooked the shit out of her. It was pretty gross, pretty brutal. But yeah, finds her in the dryer. I thought it was pretty nasty. Yeah, it was pretty nasty.
I remember seeing that shit when I was a little kid, and my mom would try to make me help her do laundry. She's like, "Hey, go get that shit out of the dryer." But fuck you. Nope.
So we're okay. Back in the mines, talking about work duty, blah blah blah. Who's gonna be doing what? There's a little ruffling of the peacock feathers, establishing dominance. I guess they're fighting over Sarah once again. There's just a bunch of random stuff until we actually get into it. But anyways, back to the laundromat. We're remembering previous murders. So again, we're thinking about Harry. There's nothing confirmed that Harry, it might be Harry. We just think it is. So anyways, laundromat, remembering previous murders, blah blah blah, claiming Mabel. Oh, and they claim they're not telling the public that it's that we think it's Harry. We're just telling them that Mabel died of a heart attack. Period. That's it. On the way out the door, because I guess they've already got her body covered up, but on the way out, like he's telling everybody, he doesn't want anybody to see this mess. So if anybody asks, it was a heart attack, so on and so forth. He draws the blanket back, and that's when he sees in her chest there's a card, a Valentine's Day card, that is for the detective, or for not the detective, for the sheriff, for him. He opens it, and it says that it's basically saying that it's giving them the advice that they need to cancel the Valentine's Day dance. So there's been a card now given directly to the sheriff, demanding that they cancel the dance. So he goes and he tells the town and tells the kids that the dance has been canceled, and so on and so forth. And the kid there's a scene where their kids are disgruntled, and they don't want to not have the dance, and they're upset about it or whatever. I don't know why they're not kids; they're like young adults. So anyways, back in the mines. TJ, they're coming out. They're coming out of work, and this is when TJ just like hops in his fucking car and takes off, speeds off, and goes and like basically kidnaps Sarah. There's this like scene where he goes and he kidnaps Sarah because, like I said, Sarah's dating Axel in this movie. So he takes and he kidnaps Sarah and takes her off to the scene like where they're at the ocean. You can hear seagulls. Sarah like gets all emotional and asks why he disappeared, why he didn't write her, blah 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 blah. He tells her that he fell on his ass and that he made a bunch of mistakes while he was there. She walks away, all like dramatic. Like this scene is like really unnecessary as fuck. But she walks away all dramatic. He begs for another chance, blah 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 blah. He tells her how sorry he is. They kiss. So there's a whole scene like where they kiss and everything like that. It's like very it's very gay for that. So now we're going forward. We're going to the bar. Now we're at the bar again, the bar that we frequent because they're adults, young adults. And Axel is passing TJ as he comes into the as they're passing each other in the bar, and TJ's coming into the bar, and Axel's already there. And he asks TJ if she's seen Sarah, and his response to him was, "It ain't my turn to watch her." So he's been like a smart ass. And it ain't my turn to watch her. It's your turn. Even though he was just with her, he was with her, making out with her. Dirty boy, and dirty little piece of shit, liar. I'm just kidding. Anyways, fucking. Ain't my turn to watch her. Little smart ass. Um, so then we were walking Sarah watch home, or sorry, Sarah's walking home, and it's like a scene where it's getting like she's regretting and wondering how she's gonna tell Axel the truth and blah blah blah. She's walking and walking and walking, and it starts getting really creepy. Like you feel like she's gonna be the next one to die for sure, because you're watching a horror movie and you kind of know when the next kill's getting ready to come up. So anyways, we think Sarah's next to die, but it actually ends up being the sheriff who startles her. He's out doing a patrol, so thankfully it's the sheriff and not the killer. But he's out doing a patrol and startles her, and yeah, she ends up finishing her walk home and gets home. Are you asleep? You too buttered.
Yeah, I'm listening to you talk.
He's taking a nap, you guys. Anyway, so we're back to the bar. Back to the bar, and everybody's like, well, not everybody. The bartender's, disgruntled throughout this movie. Like I said, he's like a creepy, disgruntled guy. But he's talking about how the accident was no accident. Sure, she didn't die from a heart attack. Something else happened for sure. Wasn't a heart attack. Heart attack, my ass is actually what he said. And so you got the kids, the young adults. I keep feeling like I'm offensive every time I say it. My kid just in the shower. She's got her music going, and it's right on the other side of that wall. So now that's what I'm hearing. I don't know if you guys heard. If you do, I'm sorry. So, these young adults all come up with this great idea that they are going to have. They would like to have a Valentine's Day party, and they want to host it in this dude's father's mine. So the TJ guy, I guess his parents own the mine that they all work at. which is the same mine that this guy got trapped in and was trapped in for 6 weeks, and everybody died but him, and yada yada. This is the same fucking mine. So, anyways, these kids want to throw a fucking party there because the party's gotten canceled because well, I guess they didn't say why. They just said it was canceled because of the chick's heart attack. So they don't even know that it might be Harry. So, anyways, they're gonna have this party in the mine. So why would you want to have a fucking party in the mine? But they wanted to have a party in the mine because I guess there's like a spot before, like when you're actually going into the mine and actually working. They have like an area where like you change and you have all your equipment hung and your outfits hung and stuff like that. Where you shower, where you and there's also like an eating area and like a foosball table. What else did they have down there? Ping pong, maybe. I don't know. They had like a little rec area for miners that worked there. I don't know. Anyways, they're gonna have a party there, so that's where they decide, and that's basically where we're headed. Um, yeah. So in that same bar or in that same mine where yada yada. So the bartender overhears this conversation is like these stupid fucking punks. So he actually goes out to the mines and he decides he's gonna rig up um, he breaks into the mine. The cop, you see the cop coming around actually after he breaks in, and the cop's checking the locks, so he's doing his patrol still. But the bartender, like I said, he makes a fake miner dummy, like the miner, the killer, the Harry, the as far as the story goes, like 'cause he's the one that tried to tell everybody the story about Harry Warden. So he makes a fake miner dummy, and it's like one of those things where it's like attached to a string, and if you open the door and pull the door open, a hand's gonna go up and like wave and stuff like that. So he made one of those, and he was like checking it, and he thought he was so entertained by it, amused by it. Well, anyways, he goes to walk away, and he went back to check it one more time real quick, and he opens the door, and it's actually not the dummy, it's the real Harry Warden. And he opens the door and immediately obviously he's killed. So that's how the bartender loses his life in this whole thing. So lo and behold, the mine, like I said, the mine where these kids, young adults, whatever you want to call them, where they're all heading, they are heading directly towards where the killer actually is. Wake up. He acts like my voice is so soothing and it just puts him to sleep like a little baby. Jeez. So, um, but he did it to scare the kids. Like I said, he did it to scare the kids, and turns out he ended up being the one killed himself. So then we fast forward. It's party time. They're all showing up at the mine. They got the beer, blah blah blah. They're all partying, smoking, hanging out. It's fun. Um, we shoot back to the station. The guy's like, everything's quiet here, so on and so forth. Talking to the sheriff. But he's like, hang on, sheriff, this came in for you, and it's a heart shaped box. So he gets all nervous and gets paranoid. He opens the heart shaped box, turns out it's actual chocolate candy, and lo and behold, it's chocolate candy from Mabel. Mabel's the one that got killed at the laundromat. So, that's sad. But anyways, it's actually chocolate and it's from Mabel. How morbid is that? But we're back to the party, and it's a typical 80s party. Minus the regular music. Minus the right music. Yeah. So one of the guys at the party is like, man, I got the munchies, man. So he goes off into the kitchen to check the kitchen to look for munchies.
Finds random boiling hot dogs.
Yeah, there's random boiling hot dogs.
There's always random boiling hot dogs at parties. To be
unattended, completely unattended hot dogs, by the way. But he finds this. So have I. It's totally normal. Anybody else? You ever been to a party where there was just a big pot?
Kind of want a hot dog.
You want to throw a party?
Yeah, a hot dog party. in your mouth.
So anyways, pardon us. Hang on. There we go. Why is it so crooked and sideways? Is our table sideways?
Do you win some party?
Mm,
Huh?
no.
That
So
means
anyways,
tonight.
they find this random pot of boiling hot dogs, and next thing you know, his face is in the boiling water, like he's being drowned from behind. So Harry is at the party, and he is boiling people's faces and boiling their faces till they die.
What'd you do to Harry boil people's faces?
So that happened. That was pretty. Like I said, it's a pretty decent movie. It wasn't bad. Like the kills were actually fairly decent. I was not upset with it. I was not impressed. I was impressed. Um, Back at the station, the sheriff even says he's like, I've got a feeling about the mine. So he says he claims he's gonna go check the mine out, but he doesn't just yet. He does find outside, he starts hearing a scuffle though outside of the police station, and it's dogs fighting. And he goes out to see what the commotion's about, and it's dogs fighting over a heart-shaped box right outside of the station, which actually is a heart-shaped box with a human heart in it. So he too also got a heart-shaped box, and the heart-shaped box, the card on the inside said you didn't stop the party. And he's like, yes, I did stop the fucking party. So he had to figure out where the party was. But just before that, he even said he had a feeling about the mine. So why didn't you just go, if you had a feeling about the mine, why didn't you assume it was about the mine? So go check out the fucking mine, weirdo. Anyways, so we are back at the party. Now we're at the party, and they're fighting over fucking Sarah. So there's more fighting over Sarah. There's not really much to say. So we're just gonna talk about Sarah. Sarah, blah, 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 fight. They fight over Sarah, more fighting, and this time they punch each other in the face, I think. It might be mutual swings. I don't remember. I don't fucking care.
I don't want to do got his ass kicked.
So, yeah, so anyways, yeah, oh yeah, and he takes off. He storms off. Axel got beat up by TJ. And Axel. No. Oh, TJ got beat up by Axel, and Axel stormed off? Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So Axel beat ass and stormed off. But he beat up TJ, and then he got all mad and puffed his chest.
Grabbed a beer on the way out.
Oh God, when he cracked that beer, that's actually in my notes. The way he cracks the beer on the way fucking out the door was just.
There's a beer right by the door, like on this little ledge, and he snatches it up and cracks it and does disco spin. He goes out the door, man.
Yeah,
it's
man,
the
it was
baddest.
Like fresh as fuck.
It's the baddest
He was
exit
so
I've
mad.
ever seen out of a room.
He was so mad. He was so frustrated.
I'm going to start doing it all the time around here. I'm just almost spin
I
out
wonder
of each room.
if he did that, like if that was one take or if that was intentional and that was like the move they wanted him to make. Like, because if he had to do that over and over, how many times? If
another human
or did he
just
do it the one time?
Like, grab a beer,
nailed it,
smack that motherfucker up, and do a disco spin, and fucking coast right out the door.
He was angry.
That's what I want you to do in this scene.
It wasn't like disco.
I would like to believe that this dude did this on his own accord and just was like, "Watch this shit. This is my time to shine in a movie."
For real,
boy.
Like he really did.
Spin out the door. It's dope as fuck, dog.
Yeah,
it was sick.
It was. So, anyways, he storms off, takes off. You see him taking off, storming off, pouting. TJ tries to apologize to Sarah. Sarah says she wants to leave him. Leave me alone. So then there's a guy at the party and he's joking. He's got like a can of Coke and he's joking with a straw and he's like snorts and he's like talking about snorting a Coke, and it brings the party back to life, I guess. It was the icebreaker. There was like party on.
You start talking about some Coke at a party. Like, oh yeah.
Anyways, Axel is off pouting. Like I said, we see Axel pouting. There's two kids making out randomly in one of the places in the mining place. And they're like getting all little, like making out, whatever, hot about it. And then he leaves to go get beer, which is typical in a horror movie. Leaves her there alone. And like I said, they're like in this dressing area. They're like in the dressing shower area where like there's showers, there's benches.
Get ready to go down the mines. They gotta wash that shit off.
Exactly.
So it's like a washing station.
Right.
/ like where the little buggies take off down the mines on the train tracks, like Scooby Doo and Raiders of the Lost Ark. Temple of Doom to be exact.
Yep. So, anyways, he
leaves
her. Okay.
Always wanted to ride one of them mine shaft cars with the brakes and shit and get it going on two wheels around corners real fast.
So we leave that area. So like I say, he leaves her alone, goes to get beer, and then we go to like the kitchen area where they start to stir the hot dogs, where the kid's face was boiled and killed. So they go to stir the hot dogs, and one of the girls, she pulls the hot dog out and puts it on a bun for one of the girls to like starts eating it.
It's
Um,
fucking nasty.
and the other, like, she stirs more and she's stirring and stirring, and she ends up stirring out what I can only assume was the actual human heart, or a piece of him, at least a piece of
It was
him.
the human heart of the dude that he fucking
Yeah.
smashed his face in the hot dog water.
Yes, that guy.
So now the hot dogs are cooking in face water
And
and
his
heart
yeah,
water.
and then his like head and stuff was chopped off, and it was in the freezer because like somebody came in, or like in the fridge. It was in the freezer or something like that. Somebody came in to grab a beer out of the freezer or fridge or whatever. So that's how you got to see the head, and they were like completely distracted. Nobody was actually looking at the head in the freezer, and nobody was paying attention. Like, didn't realize it was like a dead person's body part. But anyway, so that happens in that scene. But then we go back to the girl by herself that's waiting on the guy to come back with the beer. And the hairy guy is there, and he starts turning all the water on, like all the hot water on, so it's steaming, and there's like all the waters are everything. There's like pipes to the. You're on a mine. So, anyways, there's water, and it's all steamy and stuff like that. And so she is like trying to go around and find her boyfriend because she thinks her boyfriend's done it. Next thing you know, out of nowhere, fucking all the clothes that are like all the like the suits and stuff that are hung and into the ceiling because you pull a thing and the suit drops down so that you can get dressed into it. I don't know if it's a way to conserve space or what in the mine. I don't even know what that is or what it's for. I've never seen anything like that before. But anyways, they start all these outfits start dropping from the ceiling, dropping from the ceiling. Right, it's just weird. So, anyways, but the clothes start dropping and dropping from the ceiling. Yeah, dropping from the ceiling. And it's scary. It's an intense scene. Next thing you know, the dead bartender drops and his head decapitates. Didn't his head? No. He just drops. His head doesn't decapitate. That's not that scene. But the dead bart. So she now sees a dead body. She's like freaking out. Oh my god. And he then gets a hold of her in this scene. So he gets a hold of her and takes her. Now she's super freaking out because she's been captured by this thing that she's gonna kill her, obviously. He takes her over to the pipes. Like I said, there's pipes run through the ceiling, which are actually just pipes that are made for shower. Like it's shower, like just a line of pipes. So if you're turning them on, turning the pipes on, with like a nozzle handle, and it just sprays water out of the pipe that you're actually showering from. Sure, some of you know what I'm talking about. But anyways, so he takes her and by her face and impales her head onto one of these pipes. And the next thing you know, the next scene is the boyfriend, and he's like coming to find her, and he sees all the steam, so he thinks she's in the shower waiting for him. So he goes to look for her and finds her dead body impaled on finds her dead body impaled on that shower head, like I said. And there's like bloody water coming out of her mouth. It was a pretty good scene. Anyways, there's all that. I'm not even sure if we see him die there. Do we even see him die there, or does he die in that movie? Does he die in the movie? Do we even see him again after that?
Yeah. And they all go down the hill.
We find him after he finds his dead girlfriend?
Everything go back. He takes off and goes back to the party. And he's like all shaking up. Shit, like something else brown is going on at the same time.
Okay. When they find the other dead head or dead body. Okay. So, anyways, yeah. All right. So they're at the party. We're back to the party, and they're discussing. Well, yeah, but these guys don't know yet. So these guys are at the party, at the other party. They decide before they find out that they're going to take a ride down to the mine in the mine carts. So there's like 6 of them that take off. They grab beer and they take off. TJ tries to stop him and he's like, "Nah, man. Remember, there's a rule. There's no women in the mine." But they don't listen. So they go. They grab beer and they hop on it and take off. They ride down and they get down to the bottom part that they're going to, and there's like this little abandoned area, and they're like, "What's back there?" And the guy's like, "Yeah, it's abandoned. We shouldn't go back there." And they're like, "Come on, take us on a tour." So they end up going on a tour like a bunch of fucking idiots. um, two of the kids break off to fool around as per usual in a horror movie. Um, that's when the girl starts screaming. Yeah, so then we go to the next scene where they're back at the party and the girl starts, that's when they find the freezer, the head in the freezer. So the girl's freaking out, and then the guy comes in freaking out because of the chick who he just found impaled. So all that shit's popping off and we're finding out people are dying. David's dead. We gotta get the fuck out of here. So now they're like, okay, time to clear the fuck out. Time to get the fuck out of here. TJ and Axel, though, they decide that they're gonna. Oh, I just lost my highlighter. The heck? Hang on, y'all. I'm gonna find a highlighter. I don't even know if this one's gonna work. It'll suck. Sorry, y'all. So, TJ and Axel decide now they're gonna pair up and they're gonna go find everybody that went down in the mine shaft like a bunch of fucking idiots. So, back to the tour. And the two dumb idiots that are with the chicks, they decide to scare the chicks because they think that shit's funny. Blah, blah, blah. All while they're doing that, though, the scary guy, the guy that's actually killing people, is watching from above. So that was kind of creepy. Then we go to the two making out. Blah, 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 blah. Then we go back to these two other ones, and now they're heading out. Now they're ready to head up, and they're trying to figure out where Mike and Harriet are. Mike and Harriet are the two little lovebirds that snuck off, right? So that's the last we actually see of Mike and Harriet, which I wanted to mention this in this review. This is actually the last part that we see Mike and Harriet. They're alive, they're well, they're making out, right? It's really fun. And then so now these two, or these four, this group of four are now trying to head up and out. They're trying to figure out like where the fuck are Harriet and Mike, blah blah blah. No one knows. But next thing you know, you hear the sound coming and echoing through the hallways, and it shows what's actually doing it. It shows us what's doing it. It's Harry busting out bulbs, like he's busting out light bulbs with his little pickaxe the whole way, which is kind of creepy as shit. They don't know what it is. They just hear this loud sound coming down the fucking hallway, so they're like, "Oh, we gotta get the fuck out of here." So let's find the others and get the fuck out of here. Then the other kids that are back at the other part of the party that haven't went down in the mine, they find the sheriff and report the murders, the two dead people. So they report the dead people. The sheriff heads up to the mine finally, which he should have already. He also calls the mayor and reports the kids in the mine and reports everything that's going on. The kids are looking for the others in the mine. TJ, or not the kid, TJ. They're looking for Harriet and Mike, the two lovebirds. They end up finding TJ. TJ tells them that Harry is there, so now we know that Harry's there. Somebody's there, and somebody's killing somebody. The big guy goes off, like the one of the guys that's down there in the mine, the one that's wearing that hat, the trucker hat and stuff. He takes off and he ends up finding, this is where he stumbles across Harriet and Mike. And the next time we see Harriet and Mike, they're dead. They're strung up and dead. So we didn't even get to see their kill scene, but they're strung up and dead. So he's stunned by that. He stumbles away, frightened. When he finds the other two, like when he finds the other two, and that's when he stumbles into Harry. Harry has what I can only assume is a nail gun, and that's where he like hits him in the forehead and the temple, like at least the forehead and the temple, if not 3 times. Two or 3 times. So Harry's fucked up. He's still able to walk. He's still able to move, but he is just like completely dazed and fucked up. Not Harry, the other kid. But he stumbles and finds the other people. He finally makes it to the other group of the other kids, but he's like so fucked up. He scares the other people and he ends up dying on the scene there. So he finds that he's got the shit, the nails in his head and stuff. And he's bleeding from him. But that's when they're like, oh fuck, it's time to go. It's time to go. People are like dying. We have to leave. It's time to go. Blah blah blah. They decide they have to leave the dead body, obviously, because he's dead. Axel finds the girls. Now we've got Axel. Axel has now officially found the girls. So I don't know why it's all over the place and like why people are separating. Why did TJ and Axel separate to begin with? I can't remember. Can you?
Axel stormed off when they got that fight.
No, didn't they reconcile because they decided they were both going to go down there and find these people together? So once they got down there, why did they get separated to where TJ's not with the girls anymore and it's Axel with the girls? Oh no, there's lots of holes. It's a little all over the place. That or I just wasn't really good with my notes. It's just also a really good fucking possibility. So we're heading out and now we run into TJ again. Like I said, it's all over the place. Like there's just you can't keep track of anybody in this fucking movie. Sheriff arrives. He finally arrives to the mean. God damn it, the mine. They end up finding a ladder, so they're trying to climb to get up and out of the shaft because I guess the elevators broke. So the elevators broke from both ends. So it's broke on the upper and the lower. So there's no way of accessing or repairing. I think it's like I guess broke in the middle or some shit. But anyways, so they find a ladder and they're going up it, and the girls have got heels on and stuff like that. So one girl gets really scared. She gets really nervous about going up the steps. She doesn't want to do it. She's like, I don't want to go nowhere. I don't want to go anywhere. I'm fucking done. I want to climb, blah, blah, blah. But like, you fucking gotta go. Gotta go. Get up, go, let's go. So they're still trying to climb up out of this motherfucker. Next thing you know, out of nowhere, this body, comes flying out of fucking nowhere, attached to a noose, and when it comes down and hits, it becomes decapitated. It's a dead body, but it becomes decapitated, so blood goes all over the girls as they're trying to climb up. It's it's a gruesome, traumatizing scene. If you didn't know what was going on in real, I think if that really happened in real life, that'd be terrifying. So they're like taking like going off on this like little bridge like thing, and everybody goes in for Axel's in the end. He's in the back. He's kind of like watching to make sure nobody's coming after him, and he's like, "All right, let me know when you get across." So they all get across, and they all, "All right, we're across. Come on, you can come across." And he doesn't respond. So like, what the fuck? So they go back to look for him, and they see his headlamp, and it's like down in this water, like this vat of water, that they're like going over like these planks and stuff. I don't know. I've never been in a mine. I don't know how they fucking work or what we're dealing with here, but I guess there's like 60-foot deep vats of water. I guess he fell into one. So down he goes. TJ is so now they're like, "Oh, we're going this way. I guess he's gone. So there's nothing we can do. So we're gonna head this way." And TJ tells the girls he's like to hug the left, and he's like, for whatever reason, he dips off to the other side. And when he does that, there's rocks that come down, and these rocks come down and actually separate TJ from the girls. So now they're completely separated, and the girls are like hugging to the left, like they were told. And the girl in red, that's where they end up finding Harry again, and the girl in red gets it. She ends up getting killed. When she gets killed somehow, I don't know, Sarah basically just walks away. They don't even show, like, they don't show, like, Sarah, like, once the girl gets killed, they don't show Sarah being like, oh my God, I'm like taking off. There's not like a scene where she, like, runs and gets away. It's just, like, cuts scene to where she's in a different area and she's away. So obviously she has ran and gotten away successfully. Backup arrives. He has not went into the mine. The sheriff, who finally mine. Oh my God, mine. The sheriff, when he arrived, he hasn't went into the mine yet. So backup finally arrives now. Now they're all finally ready. They're gonna go in and storm the mine. TJ finds Sarah because now Sarah's alone. They got separated by the rocks. So now they get to the carts. They're like, if we can get to the carts, we can get the fuck away from him. So they get to the carts. Backup's coming down the tracks one way because they can't come down the elevator. So they're just going to have to actually physically walk into the mines and walk down the track. So we've got TJ and Sarah trying to get up the mine shaft in the carts. out, and we've got the others, the sheriff and all his backup coming in. So eventually they're gonna end up bumping into each other. But anyway, so they're in the carts and they're going up, but Harry catches up and he ends up fighting TJ pretty bad on the carts to the point that they all fall off the carts during this fight. Um, they're like fighting on the tracks at this point now. The cart, they've lost the cart. The cart is now going up by itself. Like I said, and the guys are coming down. But anyways, they find like this a danger hole. Basically, it's a hole that's got like this boarding up. This is dangerous. Do not enter. Um, so like some typical shit you'd find off on the side on and like the props on the side of a
Haunted house.
yeah, haunted house. Yeah, or King's Island. Do not enter. Broken pieces of wood and shit. So they end up in that danger hole. Where they proceed to totally like wreck shit. They've got the guy with his pickaxe and he's just down there swinging away and fucking shit up, and they're like fighting and like hiding and up and down, like trying to dodge and this, that, and the other, and like it's Sarah and TJ in there with this guy. And like I said, the cart's going up, so the cops are coming down, and they pass the cart, and they see blood on it and everything. They realize that they're this way, so they end up hauling ass down there. But Sarah ends up with this big ass rock because they're like fighting, and TJ's like got a shovel, and the hairy guy, he's got like an axe, or not an axe, a pickaxe or whatever. So he's like they're all trying to fight each other with whatever they've got. So Sarah gets a big rock. She ends up whacking him in the back of the head, and when she does, it reveals that like something with the mask ends up coming off, and lo and behold, the biggest twist of the entire movie turns out that it is not Harry Warden at all. It's actually Axel, the guy who's fighting for Sarah, the boyfriend to Sarah. Sarah's boyfriend is actually the Valentine's Day killer of 1981. So, woo, big turn of events. Axel is the killer, not Harry. But when we find that out, then it caves in. It all caves in on top of Axel, obviously. So, I guess we end up going back and finding out that the reason it's Axel is because Harry ended up killing Axel's father. Axel's father was one of the people who he killed on that Valentine's Day massacre. So that's why I guess, and Axel was underneath the table and witnessed it. So that's why Axel ended up coming back in 1981 and doing what he did. So we go and we find where they're trying to like unbury him because he's alive in there, and they want to unbury him and prosecute him and stuff like that. So they're trying to unbury him, and Sarah runs back. She's like, "Oh my God, he's alive!" So she runs back. She wants to just see him one more time. I don't know why, because now she's gonna take off and be with TJ, and Axel was killing all these people. So why would you want to take off and see him one more time? But she takes off and she runs and she gets to where they've undug his hand, and his hand is moving. So she grabs his hand and she's just like, why would you do this? Why did you do this? Just why? And on the other side, he has literally got a knife and he is sawing his arm off. And he saws his arm off and gets free. And he says him and Harry will be back to do their deed again, because it's not over. But that was the end of the movie. Then he just takes off down his little hobbit hole and is laughing hysterically the whole way out. And then end scene, end credits, roll in credits. That is My Bloody Valentine. Ta-da! Happy motherfucking Valentine's Day, y'all! Woo woo! I liked it. The kill scenes are pretty cool. The one chick who got it through the eye, or whoever it was, somebody got it through the eye. Remember?
Bartender.
Was it the bartender who got it through the eye? It was the bartender's kill who got it through the eye. It's pretty good. So, like I said, if you haven't seen it, if you stuck around this long, I'm sure you probably did fucking see it. But anyways, if you haven't seen it, you should see it. And now beyond this, if you're watching this, it's probably because you have seen it. So, hopefully you see it. It's a good one. It's a good 84 movie. For sure. Anyway, that said, thank you all for kicking it. I'm gonna cut this one short. I want to get off here. I want to go start my evening, my night with my husband, my Valentine's Day night. So, oh God, I'm gonna try not to die eating this candy. We were supposed to save it for later, and we've already eaten half the bag because we can't fucking stop. So, let me get off here. But it was fun hanging out with y'all. Happy Valentine's Day. We love you guys. We'll see you guys next Sunday. We are probably gonna do something not movie related. So we've done 2 movie reviews back to back, I think. I feel like. Have we done 3? What did we do last week? No, last week was my birthday. Happy Death Day. So it was also a movie review. So yeah, next one will probably not be movie related. So I don't know. I'll figure it out and I'll post about it. I'll keep you posted.
Come and share recipes. Creme brulee and meatloaf.
Okay.
With onion and tartar
He's
sauce.
so weird sometimes. I don't even know what the fuck he's saying. Happy Valentine's Day, y'all. We love you. We love you. Thank you for all you do. And thank you for rocking it out with us and sharing our live feeds and being our friends and watching our shit. We love you guys. We'll see you next week. Later, man.